Hi everyone, my name is Sharnita Mack, and I am a Master's of Communication student at Queen's University of Charlotte. This video is a vlog about an article that I found during my scavenger hunt project. The article I chose is titled, Explaining Disproportionately High Rates of Adverse Birth Outcomes Among African Americans, the Impact of Stress, Racism, and Related Factors in Pregnancy by Cheryl L. Giscombe and Marcy Lobel. I chose this topic because I am a Black woman in America who has given birth. Fortunately, I had a very healthy baby, but that is not always the case for many African American women, and I believe this information should be shared with the masses. The article's purpose is to highlight the problem of adverse birth outcomes and existing ethnic disparity in low birth weight, preterm delivery, and infant mortality. Examine the causes of disproportionately high adverse birth outcomes among African Americans, including stress levels and ethnic differences in stress susceptibility. Review major physiological pathways through which stress and racism may affect birth outcomes, and consider whether heightened physiological reactivity in African Americans may contribute to ethnic disparities in birth outcome, as well as offer recommendations and cautions to researchers on the basis of their findings from these topic areas. The researchers made it clear that they reviewed only peer-reviewed publications. References were gathered by using PsycInfo, Medline, and PubMed with the keywords African American, women, stress, racial discrimination, racism, pregnancy outcomes, preterm delivery, low birth weight, and infant mortality. They also obtained publications through cross-referencing. Giscombe and Lobel reference many scholarly articles and their authors in their literature review, including Matthews, McDormand, and Menanker's Infant Mortality Statistics from the 1999 period linked birth-infant death dataset, Berg, Wilcox, and D'Almeida's The Prevalence of Socioeconomic and Behavioral Characteristics and Their Impact on Very Low Birth Weight in Black and White Infants in Georgia. Gold and Leroy's Socioeconomic Status and Low Birth Weight, a Racial Comparison. Hogan, Giroge, Durant, and Ferres, Eliminating Disparities in Perinatal Outcomes, Lesson Learned. Schoendorf, Hogue, Klein, and Rowley's Mortality Among Infants of Black as Compared with White College-Educated Parents. Wise, Koltachuk, Wilson, and Mills, Racial and Socioeconomic Disparities in Childhood Mortality in Boston. Each author's study aims to find and uncover the truth about maternal disparities and to dive deeper into what factors contribute to the disparities. Although this is true, Giscombe and Lobel make it clear each individual study is just not enough, stating, "The review of literature indicates that each explanation has some merit, although none is sufficient to explain ethnic disparities in adverse birth outcomes. There is a lack of studies examining the impact of such factors jointly and interactively. Recommendations and cautions for future research are offered." In the end, Giscombe and Lobel write, examining the impact of such critical psychosocial variables as stress and racism and their complex interactive effects with behavior and physiology may not only illuminate how the life experiences of African American women influence birth outcomes, but also give us insight into explanations for other long-standing ethnic disparities in the United States. There is still a lot of research to be done on this topic, and this article addresses the continuing need.